Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Retro and Rare podcast episode for Terminator Tuesday. Got the T2 going. We were going to get the bionic arm, the arm I got over there, but it would be a little too much on the T2. We're recording on a Tuesday. We switched it up a little bit. Decided to bring out the old T800. I wonder if they make a bust of the T1000. It's a T1000. It's a learning computer. I have detail files. I don't think they make a bust of that. Otherwise, I would own it. But Doyle, once again, you're a fan of Terminator 2, right? I mean...
Yeah, it's a good one. Public Enemy.
Public Enemy, which is... See, you can't just say shit like that. You have to give people the reference. Some people got the reference. John Connor, young John Connor, wearing the vintage Public Enemy tee with the army fatigue jacket over it. That is a wonderful choice. Great fashion there in the 90s. Respect it. But yeah, it's a Terminator Tuesday. We're back on the attack. A little different. I guess we're recording at nighttime again. We're not going to do the fade from daytime into nighttime, which some of the fans love. But unfortunately, like always, Doyle was late.
It's a New Year's.
But time still remains the same. Happy New Year to you. Happy New Year to all the fans who support the show. Doyle, did you have a good New Year's with the fam?
Yeah, it was nice.
Okay. 2022. It's weird that it's 2022. It still sounds weird to me.
I had a firework accident.
What do you mean?
The fireworks didn't fire in the right direction.
And what happened?
It hit the neighbor's house, and then it hit potential bystanders.
Oh. Now, was this under your tutelage? This is something you were involved in?
What is it, the word that you said to do?
What?
I plead the fifth.
Oh, no. You say allegedly.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, allegedly. Well, I mean, here's the thing, Doyle. Well, we're in a very liberal fireworks state here in Florida, the great state of Florida, where you could just buy a bunch of shit that blows up for no reason, and you could shoot it off on a Tuesday night and nobody would care. Now, was this like a mortar firework? Meaning like one of the ones that do the Disney shit with the colors and shit like that? Or was it like a bottle rocket?
It was 12 of them.
Now, did it do any damage to the neighbor's home?
No, thank God.
Did the neighbor come outside and yell?
No, they looked out the window.
Okay, they thought a little something was going on. Now, I've had some firework accidents when I was a young lad growing up in Long Island. We had some issues there on July 4th a lot. The M80s, remember the M80s or the cherry bombs? We used to just throw them in the sewer. That's not a good idea. Also, one of my friends almost lost his eye because we put a bunch of bottle rockets down like a sprinkler thing, and it didn't go off. And the number one rule with fireworks is you're not supposed to look down at it after it doesn't go off. Well, good old Sal, he looked down there and it came right up, it hit him right in the face, right in the nose area, almost blew his eye out. It was the level 3 situation. He didn't do that again. Actually, and a kid in the neighborhood that we knew, I wasn't there for this, but he lost like half of his hand. M80 blew up in his hand. 13 years old. He's got a little crescent moon hand now. Little lobster claw.
He grew it back?
No. He didn't regenerate the limbs. Like, who does that? Wolverine? Yeah, Wolverine could do that. He heals. I claim... Who?
The lizard?
Yeah, the lizard. Well, I claim I heal like Wolverine does. Like, if I get hurt, if I get burned, if something happens to me, my shit usually heals up pretty fast. I don't know that I share any other attributes with good old Wolvie, but anyway, I'm glad you had a good New Year's. My New Year's was good. It was low-key. Spent it with the girlfriend, little champagne. We watched, first of all, the girlfriend tricked me and said, because I wanted to watch, Dick Clark, New Year's Eve. I wanted to watch, New York City shit, And she's like, no, they canceled it again. It's over. They didn't last year's COVID. They canceled it. I'm like, oh, that sucks. So we ended up watching Miley Cyrus and Pete Davidson's party in Miami. I'm like, what is that? A bunch of performers of, that's how I know I'm old as fuck. I don't know who any of these young kids are that are performing. Everyone's going crazy. I have no idea who they are.
Polo G?
Anybody. I couldn't know. There was one guy, 24 karat gold guy. I don't know who that is. He was performing. He had a weird outfit on. And it was, you know what, though? It was kind of cool. It was very low-key New Year's. Nothing exciting happened on my end anyway. And kind of just moved on. Now, downtown, I know it was crazy in downtown Orlando here because when I went to check out the scene late night, it was kind of crazy. It was kind of busy, just like it normally is, except they shut down all the streets around my apartment, around where I live.
Yeah, but you don't even have to drive.
Yeah, I know. But I don't go out, so it doesn't matter. I just stay cooped up in here. And I don't go out to the bars. The game's over. I don't even drink like that anymore. The most I'm going to drink is I have my little bottle of wine I like to have. I like to sit on my balcony, have a bottle of wine, have a cigar. I watch my podcast, and, I'm looking forward to that tonight. I got a nice bottle of Dow over there, a little Cabernet Sauvignon. Vintage, I don't know, probably 2013 or something like that. It's pretty good. I actually had that at a nice restaurant that me and the girl went to, and then I always remembered it. So believe it or not, Publix actually carries it. They carry pretty high-end wine considering it's a food store. You can get some pretty serious shit over there. But anyway, yeah, New Year's was pretty good. I hope everyone else had a solid New Year's out there. We're back. We're taking topic suggestions. Which we got quite a few this week. If you look at the list there, Doyle is pretty chunky, as you would like to say. But why don't you give us the weather here downtown Orlando on a Tuesday night?
All right, so we're a little cold in Florida, 68, real feel 65.
Ooh.
The low tonight is going to be 58.
Ooh, that's nice. That's brisk, and I like it. I usually sleep better when the weather is a little bit low-key like that. Now, some people would say 58 in January is not very cold, considering if you're watching this from fucking Minnesota or something like that, or anywhere in the greater north of the United States, specifically northeast. But 58 over here is pretty brisk, and I like it. It's good balcony weather. I like to call that good balcony weather.
We had some people stuck in Virginia, 10 hours in frozen traffic, in frozen tundra.
Oh, so Doyle, are you expanding your weather report now? You're giving us the greater outer reaches of the country here. So you're saying that there was 10 hours of traffic in frozen weather in Virginia.
This is top weather stories.
Okay. Hey, listen, this is beneficial to the viewers. So I'm excited that you're expanding your content. You're getting a little more segments into the show here. I know we have Google articles by Doyle. I'm not sure if you have a couple of those for the show today, but the fans seem to enjoy that. And I guess we'll get to the trinkets real quick. I decided to go fairly light on the trinkets. As I said, Terminator, little T2 on a Tuesday, which is always good. T800. I was wondering if they make a T1000 bust. I'm not sure that they do. The fans will let us know out there if they do. I do like the T1000. I'm a fan of the T800, old school though. The T1000 is a learning computer. I have detailed files. Rest in peace, Kobe Bryant. Didn't Kobe, if I'm not mistaken, pass away in January? I know it's been almost 2 years now, which is crazy. But if I'm not mistaken, Kobe Bryant passed away in January.
January 26th.
Ooh, and you know what's crazy? And I swear, because I don't lie. I mean, I've lied in my life, and I may continue to lie. But in this particular moment, I'm not lying. I was going to say January 26th. Not that it's that incredible. I remember it's a pretty monumental date if you're our age, fan of sports, particularly the NBA. Sometimes I'm still kind of fucked up in the head that Kobe Bryant died in a helicopter accident. That's one of those things that's going to be like 30 years from now, like kids are going to read in books that never knew who Kobe was. But, just like how we weren't around when JFK died or John Denver died in a plane crash, right? Or like things like that. It's like weird. But the fact that, never mind the whole story with the kids and the family and his daughters. And I just can't believe that happened, bro. So anyway, got the Kobe Air Forces there. Pretty dope shoes. Found those at a thrift store in the middle of nowhere over here for $5. Have the box. They're DS. They are kid size. They only made them in youth size, these particular ones. Because when I first got them, I had some questions on the authentication of them, because if you look at them, they don't have the same markings as an adult size.
Yeah, people were calling you out, right?
Yeah, they were saying that they were fake and this and that, and I was like, and maybe they are. I'm not the biggest shoe expert in the world, but I went to the source, my boy, shout out Mr. Slobby Robbie, and he's like, yeah, man, he goes back in the early 2000s. These were, or even late, I think they were 09 actually, if I'm not mistaken. but they were available. He's like at the outlets, people picked them up, and he's like, there's different kind of quirks with the youth size Air Force Ones and the way that they say Air. They don't say Nike Air on the back, and they say Nike on the side. So he authenticated them for me. Not that they're $1 million pair of sneakers, but certainly worth the $5 that I paid for them. They're DS and they're great collector pieces, and I got them way, a year or two before Kobe passed away. But
is the stitching different?
No, it's nothing to do with that. I mean, the quality, the stitching all lines up and shit like that. It's just that when I initially got them, if you were just a normal fan of like Air Force Ones, like you would look at them and say like, wait, there's a couple of things that are a little bit off about them. So anyway, they're cool, and rest in peace to Kobe Bryant, all the people involved in that horrible accident. That shit was crazy. I still can't believe it happened. And then we got the GoldenEye orchestra soundtrack here, which I picked up at the local record store down here. And it's basically the soundtrack to GoldenEye, but in orchestra fashion. I forget what orchestra actually recreated this. I don't know if it's some symphony, whatever, but
John Williams?
It could be John Williams. I don't know. That would be pretty dope, actually. Did a little collab. I do like that viral video that's going around with the guy that, whatever kid that made it, that was like, he was recreating how the conversation must have gone when they were doing the theme song for the N64 game. When he's like, hey man, I'm just looking to get it doesn't have to be anything crazy, just looking to incorporate this in the game. And then he puts the beat on. He's like, how about this? And then they're bobbing their heads, and shit's just funny. So anyway, I saw it on Instagram. I thought it was a funny video. Pretty viral. I'm sure some people have seen it. I thought it would be a nice little trinket to throw in there. Now, Doyle, this time we're not going to forget we do have Doyle's favorite part of the show, some people's favorite part of the show, opening up a good old Pokemon pack there. Now, recently the girlfriend went up to New York to visit her family for the holidays and brought back Doyle 2 packs of Pokemon cards. Did you open those cards, Doyle?
No, I still have them.
Okay. Well, let me know if you open it and there's $1 million card in there. I believe the girl said she does want a 50% cut of that, which is a finder's fee. She did buy them off the street from some random dude for $5 a piece or something. I don't understand. I don't know. You had a couple of questions for her, like, what do you mean? Why were there people on the street selling Pokemon cards? And her response is, it was New York, bro. That's how they do it.
Did you meet a gent?
Yeah, he got them off the back of the truck like the Lucky Strikes and Goodfellas.
Was this Pomo?
But anyway, I don't know. Maybe you get something good. The other thing is, while we're talking about Pokemon, I saw that your boy Logan Paul, he's the one that does the Pokemon stuff, right? I always forget. I know they both do, but
Logan Paul.
Logan Paul, right? Those booster packs or whatever he bought, they like OG set, the 3.5 mil, they're fake. Did you not hear about this? Well, you run like a Pokemon blog website. Like, you didn't hear about this, bro? I saw it on Instagram.
Nah, they're accusing him.
So you don't think that they're not verified fake?
Nah, he bought it from a reliable source.
I mean, look, if I spend 3.5 mil on some Pokemon cards and they're fake, I'm going to be upset. I mean, I think anybody would be upset. Now, here's the thing. I guess you have to open them up to find out. I mean, how do you even know? I guess people are faking the boxes on the outside too. I guess for 3.5 mil, you'd go to extraordinary lengths, I would assume. I don't know. Now, Doyle, have you in your Pokemon travels ever got a fake card?
Yeah.
Like, without knowing?
Yeah. They look really close to being real,
You got burned, you overpaid for it, and then you got it and you realized it was fake.
Yeah, it was like a $40 card.
All right, it could have been worse. It could have been 3.5 million. Yeah, I don't think, I know for a while, it's worse than ever now. I know in the video games, the fake labels are crazy. It actually brought down the price of like N64 games, and I know Game Boy games are the worst, specifically Game Boy Advance games, and the Pokemon games are terrible on Game Boy for the fakes, right? I mean, it's like...
Well, the business owner said that it actually took a hit on the real shit, right?
Yeah, because what happens is even people, even if they're fake, because the game is real, like you could still get the game inside. It's just not an authentic Nintendo cartridge. So some people that just want to actually play the game are like, dude, if I can get this game for $15 instead of paying $80, I'll just get the fake one and I just want to play it. I don't care about it as a collectible. And then what it does is, as a collectible, it dilutes the value of it because it's kind of a tricky, complicated thing. But fakes, and especially on eBay, you go on eBay and people try to get like an average price of a selling price of a game. Well, now all the fakes, because they're not going up there as fake, are lumped in with the real ones, so it brings the average price down. And then when you go to sell it, or someone's trying to sell it to you, it's kind of like there's a discrepancy in price when there shouldn't be. But I mean, listen, anything that's worth money, ever since the fucking Babylonian times, people have been faking anything. So I understand it. If you're a collector, you just got to be savvy, and knowledge is key, and you got to know what you're looking for, and you got to take a double look now when you buy shit. I mean, I just know Pokemon, considering it's like the hottest thing ever, is probably one of the most faked franchises of all time from all their merch. But, I stay away from the Pokemon. Matter of fact, you know what we'll do? We'll do an early Pokemon opening, because otherwise I'll forget. So we'll do this.
That could be a fake one, though.
Huh?
That could be a fake one.
This could be fake. I have no idea. Now, what am I supposed to do here? I'm supposed to get rid of this card, right?
Yeah.
And then what do I do? Put this in the back? I'll shuffle them up the way I shuffle them. I don't know. You tell me what we got here.
All right.
I don't know what this is.
Groudon.
Okay. And what's this?
It's
Yeah, and what's this?
Okay.
Yeah, okay. So once again, kids, Doyle, this whole pack here is worth about, what, $9, I would say?
The pack?
Well, I mean, how much? If I were to sell these cards individually, what are we talking here?
Probably $3.
For all of them?
Yeah.
Wow, okay, so there's a real loss here. Once again, kids, don't buy Pokemon cards. It's a gambling ring, and they're taking your money. You might as well go to the casino, throw some fucking dice, play some blackjack. You probably got better odds. Don't buy the hype. You buy the hype, life goes down the pipe. Remember, Uncle Mikey told you that. And I will continue to open Pokemon cards every week on this show to reiterate my point. And Doyle, appreciate you bringing those in. These are from your 25th anniversary pack, or whatever it is?
Yeah, celebration.
Yeah, well, we're celebrating. We're celebrating the fact that Pokemon is a gambling ring and is not worth your time or energy. Sorry, Doyle. On that, why don't we go ahead and get into the first topic? Appreciate the topic suggestions this week, people. Got quite a few.
All right, so we got PVC Taco on the James Bond shit. Have you heard about GoldenEye 007 coming to the Xbox and Switch?
Yeah, so is it just the OG game? Is that what it is?
Yeah.
I didn't hear about it coming to the Switch, which would make sense because it's Nintendo. And
we played it, though. I think it was on PC.
No, that's the remake. That was GoldenEye. What was the name of that? Oh, it's killing me. Reloaded or something like that. I don't know. What do you got there, Pokemon Go? You scumbag. I knew it. We're done with the Pokemon shit. It heard me talking shit. Now all of a sudden a wild Charizard popped up or some shit. No, I did hear about it. Now, is it just the OG game that's available for digital download? Is that it? I mean, it would be dope if they had online multiplayer.
It's a digital release.
Okay, but is there online multiplayer? Because then we're talking. I mean, that would be if I could sit at home and play. Because yes, there was the GoldenEye. It wasn't called Reloaded. I forget the actual title of the one on PC that was completely remade. Soundtrack, graphics, it looked amazing. We used to play it all the time on my gaming PC. Which, speaking of my gaming PC, my laptop, that old pup, I still got that thing lying around. I got to fire it up.
Oh, GoldenEye 007 Reloaded.
It is Reloaded. Okay. I still don't remember if the one that I had was called Reloaded. If the remake that was popular on PC, I got to look into that. But anyway, I'm all for it. I love GoldenEye. I still think GoldenEye, you could pop it in the 64, you can plug in 4 controllers, and it still holds up to this day. I mean, I think most people would agree with that. And then we always get into the argument if Perfect Dark is a better game than GoldenEye. I would say more features, a little more advanced, but there's something intangible about GoldenEye. It's just more fun. I just have more memories. I mean, the amount of hours I played that game for with friends and, I mean, countless people that probably watch the show or around the world know the feeling of OG GoldenEye. Good old Friday night with the homies. 6-7 hours straight, eat some pizza and Cheetos, you know what I mean? It's one of the most nostalgic things ever. And I remember my first time I was exposed to GoldenEye was my cousin Brendan. He used to live in a nice neighborhood in Long Island, but there were people in the like his house. They were nice. They were fairly well off. A nice house for sure. The neighbors that he was friends with, they're right down the block, were like the kid's father was in like Wall Street heavy. This is the 90s, bro. Like player shit, like big time. This house was nuts, right? So the kid was like spoiled beyond belief. Like his room was like this giant expansive. I remember it was like a hardwood floor and big ass bedroom with the giant. He had a king size bed. The kid was like 12. In his room he had this giant entertainment center in his wall, and he had 64, right? And he had every fucking game. He had every controller. He had every system. But GoldenEye had just dropped, and I didn't play it yet, whatever. And I remember we went over there. It was a Friday night. Bro, I remember playing it on the Zenith TV. It was the biggest TV at the time, bro. And we played this I thought it was the greatest game I've ever played in my life. I was like, yo, when we started playing multiplayer, I was like, yo, I went back to my neighborhood and I immediately was like telling my friends, a couple of them already got it. It literally had just come out like within a few days of me going to my cousin's house and then us going down the block. But I still have vivid memories of playing it at that kid's house. Now, unfortunately, this is a little somber part of the story here. That kid's father lost all his money in the stock market and blew his brains out in the house. I don't mean to take a left turn on the show, but that is a true story. And, yeah. Now, it was, a little bit after my GoldenEye experience. But yeah, that really happened. He lost all their like millions and millions of dollars. He invested into something else, and then all of a sudden it went to zero, whatever. And rest in peace, the guy shotgunned himself in their home in front of the family too. It was a very tragic thing. Yes. Sorry to be a little negative Nancy there on the Retro and Rare podcast. Shit got a little real, but it's okay. Things happen. There's always someone to talk to.
How come you can't tell good stories? Like somebody adopted 1,000 puppies or some shit. You know?
Well, you know what? Let's counteract that with someone who did I'm sure there's somebody out there around that same time that did adopt. I don't know if it was 1,000, but there were puppies adopted. There were puppies saved, and Puppy Surprise was out at that time. How many puppies are there inside? I mean, hey, look, these unfortunately, there's the yin and the yang of life. Sometimes things are good, sometimes things are bad. You got to kind of keep your energy in the middle, even keel. Take a deep breath. I'm sorry that happened, man. That fucked me up as a kid, man. You know?
I watched The Matrix. It's like nothing
okay, yeah, I guess get me off that topic because that was terrible. You watched The Matrix. Now, I had to go in for a second round of The Matrix. Watched it with the girlfriend. We got halfway through, fell asleep. I shut it off. I wasn't feeling it. She absolutely loves The Matrix, right? It's the greatest love story ever. You know, she says all this shit about it, which is great. I understand. Cool. I didn't like the concept of the movie. Keanu Reeves was still, what? Keanu Reeves? He was still Keanuing it up. He's not quite as sharp as he used to be, but that's the point. He was supposed to be an aging dude, and then he went back and he got the shaved head, and, you know. Now, I don't know. I mean, we really shouldn't spoil the movie. I don't know if people really give a fuck. But Doyle, did you really like the concept of the movie?
It was alright.
Now, Doyle, you're the ultimate optimist. I'm the ultimate pessimist. You always put a positive spin on everything. But you saying it's alright is essentially saying you hated it. Whenever you say it's alright. When you use that term a lot, I've literally showed you a $60,000 watch and you go, it's alright. So sometimes things don't impress you or hit you right, and that's your reaction. I'm going to keep it 1,000,000 billion% real. I didn't even make it. There was 10 more minutes in the movie and I shut it off. And this is the third time me watching it. The third go around, I still shut it off.
They had the concept.
My girl Jada Pinkett Smith's old as fuck. Man, you come to it. It's quiet now. The war is over. I'm good, bro. I'm good. I'm good. This is stupid. He's a game designer, but the game is the real life, and the game in the Matrix started with the thing, and he's back in the... Come on, bro.
Your boy Agent Smith?
Yeah. And the fucking one dude that came back from the first movie, the fucking... What's his name? You ruined my life. What was that guy's name?
The French guy.
Yeah, yeah. Just take both of the pills at the same time and shut it down. That's all you got to do with the Matrix, bro. And then you end up in this life.
There was one thing that he said at the end that was really good, and people are really comfortable with certainty. And that's a good quote.
Okay, that's fire. I mean, I understand that. That is a good quote. Yes. That is quote of the day. So the wisdom you're going to impart on the people today is that people are really comfortable with certainty. Which makes sense. And I understand in the pantheon of Matrix what he's saying by that. But as a life quote, I do understand that. Now, you could have saved the other 2 hours and 20 minutes of the movie and just told me the quote, and I would have moved on. Tom Hanks had a good quote the other day, which is not a Tom Hanks quote, but it was a roundtable discussion. It was from an old interview. It was like Tom Hanks, Robert De Niro. It was big-time actors. And he was like, this too shall pass. Negative things in life happen. Things are going really bad. You can't believe this too shall pass. But he also said what I liked was people are telling you the best. People are telling you you're awesome. Everything is amazing. This too shall pass. Meaning no matter what, left or right, that's what I was just saying about even keel. Life could be going terrible and it's something that will eventually get better. It's just a moment. Things could be fucking amazing. It's the same idea. It's just a moment. You would like to keep that momentum of the amazing and carry it through, and some people do, but you gotta control the emotions. Understand that thoughts are just something that are fleeting. Kobe Bryant, speaking of Kobe, talked about that a lot, and that's how he attributes a lot of his success to being able to control the fact that emotions come and go. Like the 72-hour rule. It's one thing that I give Drake a lot of credit for. I know he didn't make it up, but I saw an interview with him once talking about that, which is like, you have a fight with your girl, you have a fight with your mom or your friends or something, or you give it 72 hours. And it doesn't necessarily mean it has to be 72 hours. Let the initial emotion pass before you make your next move. Don't act on that initial emotion because usually it's the wrong thing. And the people that can master that can master a lot of other things. Now, easier said than done. Some of us are way more emotional than others. Some of us are way more intense than others. And that tends to be like, yeah, you can think of that, but when it's go time, it's go time. So, we're getting very philosophical today on the Retro and Rare podcast. I kind of like it. It's a different vibe.
Because of the Matrix.
Because of the Matrix. Yeah, well, the Matrix is an incredible concept, right? And the first two movies to me are incredible. The third Matrix, whatever, I love the game Path of Neo. Path of Neo is one of, I remember playing the Path of Neo on Xbox and fucking just loving that game. I remember when in the summer it came out, bro. Me and a bunch of buddies, OG Xbox, I really enjoyed the game. But I didn't like the new Matrix. It's not my thing. Now, still haven't seen Spider-Man. Still haven't seen. You know what? I might put it on tonight. I'm not waiting for the girl anymore. I don't know. She has some weird. I don't know what her problem is. She has some weird protest about seeing it right now. I don't even know what her problem is. Like, what? You were even there. Didn't you ask you, like, when are you going to see it? She's like, nah, not right now. I don't want to. Like, what are you talking about? You fucking love Spider-Man.
Well, some people wait to see it at home.
Well, we always watch it at home. But we always just stream it, so I don't know.
This is only in theaters, unless you watch bootleg.
Well, first of all, bootlegs are not what bootlegs were, and I allegedly watch bootleg illegal streaming, allegedly. The quality is, bro, I'm telling you, it's minimal 1080p, if not 4K. This isn't the days
walking in front of the screen.
No, yeah, this isn't the days of where someone's coughing in the background and you see a little head walk by the screen, and it's literally like we took this camera, just sat it in the middle of the theater. It's a direct rip from the reel, which I don't even think, are they still reels? You think, like actual physical reels in the movie theater with film, or is it just some digital file?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no more. It's not like Last Action Hero, right? Where they got the. I miss those days, the OG movie theater shit.
I got a Jurassic Park film.
What do you mean? You have like a cut of a.
Yeah, like a little baby film piece.
Oh, that's pretty dope, actually. That's actually a really dope thing to collect. So it was probably from some random movie theater in Ohio, and you just got a snippet of the movie.
Yeah, it came with the DVD collector's edition.
And it was an actual cut. I mean, is that what they're saying it's from like a movie theater? Like it was actually used in a reel?
I don't know. I gotta check it out.
I mean, I would assume it's not from the set of the movie, like your boy Spielberg like used. It's not like from his personal camera. That would be sick.
I mean, it's limited, so I gotta bring it.
Yeah, I gotta check that out. That'd be a cool trinket or something to bring one day. Because you were a Jurassic Park. You love Jurassic Park. That's your shit. And I love Jurassic Park too. You love it more than I do.
Well, that's the next movie I'm gonna see in theaters.
Which is
Minion.
Oh, when does that come out?
I think this year.
And that's your boy. What's his name is in it? Christopher Pratt. Is that his name?
Yeah.
He's in there again. Is he? He's the Raptor guy. Now, okay, no, I'll be honest, yo. I really enjoyed the last Jurassic Park movie, where your boy came out and he killed the thing in the water with the fucking
June 10th.
June 10th. Did you just say, bro? It's fucking January. It's not. You made it seem like it's coming out next week. Scumbag. Don't do that to me. I like when movies are like gonna come out.
You gotta give it 72 hours.
Yeah, that's the Drake rule. But that's 72 hours when I get into an argument with you and I threaten your life. I won't threaten your life. I'll wait 72 hours and call you and say, you know what? I didn't really like what you said to me. That's what 72-hour rule is about. Not telling me about a movie 6 months before it comes out. That's okay. Anyway, give me another topic. We got super in the weeds there. I forgot that we were even doing topics there. My bad. We were talking about GoldenEye.
All right, so we got VXL.
Okay.
What is your favorite Tony Hawk game?
Ooh. I always say the OG, and I don't know if it's the actual best. Now you get into the weeds on the Tony Hawk. You like the Tony Hawk Underground. But I mean Tony Hawk 2, right? I think 2 is where it's at. 2 on the Dreamcast specifically. 2 is the one with Spidey, right? You can be Spidey at the end. Yeah, I like 2. I didn't like 3. Oh, you know which one I liked on Xbox? It was an exclusive. It was called Tony Hawk 2X. It had some exclusive shit, some features. But last podcast we were talking about other than Tony Hawk skating games, the Thrasher, Skate and Destroy, Aggressive Inline, which is not. I keep bringing up Aggressive Inline. Or 2 Extreme, which is not really a skating game, but you know, there's nothing like the OG Tony Hawk though. And honestly, yo, the remake was the remaster, remake, whatever you want to call it, was really good as well. Being able to ride in the warehouse, looking the way it looks, or just the mechanics and the physics of it were great. But Tony Hawk really had a stranglehold on the old skate franchises back in the day. I don't think anyone. And now, so what's your favorite one though? Is it 2?
Yeah, 2.
Yeah,
because it's Spidey.
Yeah, it's Spidey at the end where you can unlock him. You can even get the armored suit.
But Underground was really fun.
Yeah, Underground. Yeah, Thug, as the kids call it. Thug, yo, you like Thug 3 on GameCube?
Yeah, the online community was good too.
Yeah, it was. You're pretty good at Tony Hawk. I'll give it to you. I've seen you play a couple times. You're pretty nice with it.
Yeah, it's hot.
Yeah. I mean, you're like a 6 out of 10, I would say. You're better than I am with it. I'm just not as good. You know what though? I really was for a long time with Skater. What the fuck is it called? Skater. Fuck, the PC game. I can't believe I'm forgetting the name. It was Skater something on PC. It came out a couple of years ago.
Skater XL, right?
Skater XL. Thank you, Doyle. I was really enjoying that. I just like the idea. The physics were great. I mean, because it ran on PC at 60 frames. It was crispy. I thought it just captured a good. It was just something where I would have a session and I would find myself like, oh my God, it's been an hour and a half and I'm still just fucking around. I'm watching replays of myself. And it was free to begin with, and then there was expansions and stuff. And I can only imagine what it's like now. I haven't touched it in a year, the updates and stuff. But as far as my favorite Tony Hawk, I'm going Tony Hawk 2. All right, give me another topic before we get lost in the weeds again. See, I was about to get lost in the weeds.
Oh, Wasteland was good too.
Oh, yeah, Tony. I was thinking of what's the other one, the later release, but you're right, Wasteland. Got a little weird. The story got weird.
All right, so we got Always on NY.
Okay.
Did you have any gaming magazines back in the day?
Yeah. Game Pro was my, major one. Game Informa. And then I forget, there was a local one, like from my, what the hell was it called? It was from my local Funko Land. I don't know if it was a Funko Land exclusive. Maybe it was. I forget the name of it, but I always got that. And they would give it to you for free. So if you went there in the beginning of the month, you would get it. And I remember like Tomb Raider being on the cover or Resident Evil being on the cover. Damn, I always wanted that Resident Evil cutout with fucking Chris. It was the cover of Resident Evil, but it was a life-size cutout of him with the gun. Damn it, bro. I could envision it right here, right now. I wish if I would have got that, I would have kept that fucking thing my whole life. It was like a 5.5, 6 foot fucking cutout. But yeah, the game magazines were really the shit because, the internet was around, but it wasn't around in the capacity it is now. So like those game magazines, like I remember getting codes, reading reviews, previews, and that was my Bible for my gaming shit. Matter of fact, reading about Metal Gear Solid coming out, and I believe it was a Game Pro, is what hyped me up so much. And then when I got to rent it from the video store, and then the rest is history. And when Hypebeast did that interview with me, I went into super detail about the experience for Metal Gear Solid, and that because I read the magazine article and I was so hyped, and I told all my friends it's going to be the greatest game ever. And then it came out and I rented it, and then it was such an incredible game that I had to return it and buy my own copy before my rental was up, just so I can have my own copy to actually complete the game. And I went into detail. If you go on Hypebeast's website and just type in retro and rare, it comes up. There's a whole article I did about a year or two ago where they interviewed me. It was a great experience, and it's a pretty good read if you really want to know about some of my background and shit. But I remember I actually have I use it to roll my marijuana on. I have the Game Pro magazine in there in the drawer over there with your favorite fighting game of all time, Primal Rage. It previews Primal Rage, and it's like, come and Sega Saturn and like all that shit. And there's like, I like when they went into like the system reviews, like before systems came out, like they would preview them into the prototypes. Like, what system I wish came out, like I always thought was the coolest thing ever, and I always wanted to own it, was the Sega Neptune. So they like the Sega Saturn, but then they had a Neptune. And they have it in the magazine. They were like detailing the specs. It was supposed to drop, and then never came out. Like, fuck, man, whatever happened to that thing? That would be dope. I wonder if there's a prototype of it around. I'm sure there is. Somebody has it. I don't have it. But what about you, Doyle? You got any? You were into those magazines back in the day?
The Nintendo Power.
That's good. The most obvious one. I didn't even mention that. Yeah, Nintendo Power was big. It was big. But I felt like Nintendo Power obviously was Nintendo. So like Game Informer or Game Pro was like everybody. And the internet, like everything else, the internet killed those. There was no reason for them to be around. Then I used to go online to get my codes. Cheat Code Central. I don't know if anybody remembers that website, but that was my ccc.com, Cheat Code Central. Get all my codes all the way up to, PS2 days. Grand Theft Auto cheats, I would print them out on the computer. All the fucking weapons codes, and like I would just sit there with a fucking printer paper on my bed, like, yeah. That would be the first thing I would do. I've long said this. I truly believe every video game should have an unlock, lock, unlock on the main menu for all cheats unlock. You shouldn't have to play the game for 30 hours. If I want all the cars in Need for Speed the first day I fucking get it, let me fucking just have them. I fucking rented it or I paid for the game. I don't have time to sit here and do all this shit. Now, some of the games, I enjoy grinding, getting the achievement, and unlocking stuff. Some games, boxing games, I'm like, no, just give me fucking Muhammad Ali right now. I want to fucking fight. I don't want to fight fucking Clash Joe and, all this other shit. Julio Cesar Chavez. I want to fucking go right to the top.
Speaking of boxing, there's one of Google articles. Your boy, Floyd Mayweather, didn't pay Logan Paul.
What he was, hold on.
You see? Yeah, talking all that shit with the money.
Well, first of all,
you can't even pay somebody.
You hate Floyd Mayweather. So you would, if there was an article that said Floyd Mayweather punched a little girl in the face, you would bring it up right away and validate it. I'm sure that Floyd Mayweather had nothing to do with paying Logan Paul at all. Or Jake Paul. No, Logan Paul? It was Logan Paul. Yeah, Jake Paul. The management and so if me and you have a boxing match and we sign a contract, I don't go into my checking account and Zelle you fucking $10 million.
Yeah, but if you're not getting paid, you should do that.
No.
He got paid, right?
First of all, Logan Paul should pay Floyd Mayweather to fight him because of the exposure. Okay? And how did that turn out anyway? He's 20 years younger than him. He didn't knock him out, did he? Floyd Mayweather fucking played with them, bro. When are you going to admit Floyd Mayweather is the greatest boxer of all time? How long are we going to go through this, Doyle, before you admit it?
He's the greatest dodger of all time.
The entire point of boxing is to not get hit. And it's harder to not get hit than hit somebody. You just don't like Floyd Mayweather because he has 19 Bentleys that he doesn't drive and an $18 million watch that he may or may not wear. And he throws it in your face, and you don't like that.
Jake LaMotta was a better boxer than him.
Really? And Rocky Marciano was too, right? Sugar Shane. Oh, come on, bro. No, Floyd Mayweather. He's like Jay-Z. He's like the Jay-Z of boxing. Nobody could fuck with him. No one could stand on stage with him.
Marquez. He's good.
No, Doyle, you gotta let it go, man. Floyd is no. You just wanted to bring up so you could throw a jab at Floyd Mayweather. So listen, why don't you DM Floyd and say, listen, you better pay fucking Logan Paul right now. How much does he own? Few mil?
Like 20 mil.
He'll cash app him, bro. What's the most amount of money you can cash app somebody? 10,000?
Yeah.
The government starts getting involved at some point. I learned that you can't just give somebody money. You have to pay tax on it. I didn't know about all that. Like, if I wanted to, just give you $500,000, I can't just wire it to you. I mean, I can, but someone's got to pay tax on that. It's a gift tax, which is ridiculous. But then this is how you wash money. You buy a house, you do real estate, and then I sell you that house for $1, which I can do. And then you sell the house and you keep all the money. And you make it your primary residence, not a investment, so that you keep the money. Little finance 101 there on the Retro and Rare podcast. I am not a financial advisor and do not take my advice at all seriously. It's all allegedly.
No polls?
Yeah. Go ahead and give me another topic there.
That's it?
Yeah, you just wanted to hate on Floyd.
All right, we got Shadow Banks.
Okay.
Dead Mall music playlist.
Ooh, a little bit of Vaporwave on a Tuesday.
You want to play them?
Yeah, if you want to. You want to bring up some... just go on YouTube and type in Vaporwave. And look for it's like pink, you'll see pink and a bust of a Roman guy. And I know that's a very sketchy description, but you'll see what I'm talking about. And we can give a little something to the people there.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, because you don't have YouTube Premium, you're a scumbag and you have ads. I don't have ads on my YouTube, ladies and gentlemen. But this gentleman was asking for a Vaporwave playlist. Essentially, Dead Mall music is Vaporwave.
We got State Farm and Publix commercial. You made a Publix announcement before.
I did.
They knew.
Yeah. I did an advertisement because I bought my wine from Publix.
They know.
Let's see what we got. This is my shit. Let it ride. Coming in hot on a Tuesday. Gonna get you back home. Got a little traffic on the I-95.
This is what you listen to?
No, yeah. Wait. Let it come in. Listen, Vaporwave is a mix of actual music that used to play in malls, mixed with a little bit of chopped and screw, some emotion involved. It's a little bit chill. There's a great Vaporwave. If you type in Vaporwave Live on YouTube, it'll actually play. I had to let it drop. It'll play live 24/7. And Vapor Funk or something. Anyway. Or just type in Dead Mall music. You can type that in too. But I might make a little bit of a playlist. You can go ahead and shut that off, Doyle, before we get copyrighted.
All right, one of the comments said 2 minutes feels like an hour.
What do you mean?
I guess the song is
Oh, it said that in the comments over there? Yeah, I mean...
Puts them in different
Listen, you got to be in the vibe. You got to understand Dead Malls, Don't get me... You want to get me started on Dead Malls, there's going to be a 3-hour podcast. I'm from the era where malls meant something, right? And it was a big deal to go to a mall, and your family dropped you off at the mall, or you spent the day with your family at the mall, and it was this giant expanse with bustling business and people, and the smell and the feel and the look of the the motif at the mall, the color of the tiles and the palm trees, and it was just a thing. It was a vibe. And now that there are dead malls out there, where it's like you go to a mall and there's like 6 stores out of 50 that are open, and they're still playing the music, and they're still trying to keep that alive. You got to get into it. You got to look up Dan Bell on YouTube and type in Dead Mall Series by Dan Bell. I actually did an interview with Dan Bell a couple of years ago. He's a great guy. He's a great creator, film director out of the Baltimore area, I believe. And I might make a Dead Mall playlist. I might actually do that. A lot of people hit me up about just making playlists in general. I might curate about, let's say, 20 songs that I feel like are really that would be one of them there. I forget the name of that particular track, but there would be a few of them. I'll bring up some artists that I think are good too. But yeah, keep a lookout for that. Good old Dead Mall playlist. Next topic.
All right, so we got a Google article.
Oh, okay.
Your girl Betty White.
Yo, yeah, we were out when we got the news. Now here's the thing. You can make it to 99 years old, dude. 99 is, I'm just going to go ahead and say I don't think I'm going to make it to 99. I know it's a little pessimistic, but I've always long said that I'm banking on technology as far as medical technology, to get really good right before I die, where they just say like, listen, it's 10 grand, just take the shot, go, and you just live another 15 years. But I mean, we're all sad Betty White died, right? I mean, I don't think there's a soul on this earth that has something bad to say about Betty White. A little selfish of all of us to be frustrated that she didn't make it to the hundo. You know what I mean? I think that's a little bit of a thing where it's like, I get it, but leave the woman alone. Like if she I didn't read, I didn't know, but I'm sure she just died like peacefully in her sleep. I'm hoping. Yeah, I mean, dude, that's another thing. I hope. If I do, I mean, we all got to die at some point. I'm hoping I'm just 3 a.m, someone shuts the light switch off on me, and I just don't wake up. I don't ever want to die of a fiery death, of a slow. I just want to be in my sleep in peace and pass away. That's all you could hope for. And she made it 99 years. Think of all the things that woman has seen. She saw basically the first car, the first fucking radio, the first fucking all the major technology.
The internet?
Oh, well, Doyle, we've been around for the internet. You fucking idiot. The internet is only 25, 30 years old max. The internet. You think Betty White's crowning thing that she saw in her life, I saw the internet? No, dog. She was around when cars were basically steam engines, bro. When there was no such thing as a TV when she was born. Hundo.
The cell phone?
Oh, cell phone, bro. We've been around for cell phones.
For real? Yeah,
what do you think? Cell phones were in 1927? Oh, Charlie Chaplin, time traveler. We can get into that. Nobody has explained that to me. Somebody go online. I showed Doyle once. Now, I don't want people hitting me up being like, why do you know this ridiculous random bullshit? Listen, there was a guy who bought the Charlie Chaplin DVD set years ago. He's got a big movie theater in his house, so he has a giant screen he's watching it on, and he was watching the extras to the Charlie Chaplin DVD shit. And in the extras, there was excuse me for not knowing the exact time period, I believe it was the 20s or 30s. They had a film. It was a scene just outside of the theater, and there were just people walking around, and how the old 30s films are sped up, they're black and white, and there was a lady who kind of looked like a man. She was very burly and kind of big and broad shoulders. Looked like, if I remember correctly, though, she was wearing a fur coat, I think, and she had a hat on. And it looks like she was on a mobile device, and she actually laughed and spoke into it. And it was called, the guy basically was touting that this lady's a time traveler. She's on a mobile device of some kind in a time that none of those devices existed. Some people try to debunk it as a device that was used back in the day for people to be able to hear. So it was like a cone-shaped device that goes over your ear and then your ear. But then why would she laugh and kind of speak back into it? My whole thing about it is, now look, I like to believe in this shit. So half of me just is like, yeah, it's definitely a time traveler. It's some crazy dude that's dressed up in drag to disguise himself and he's on a phone. The problem is, what cell phone towers is he pinging or talking to? But then again, if you're able to time travel, you probably have technology that you could just talk. Now, why was that person in the middle of the 20s on a phone walking through and happened to get caught on something that would be used years later in a DVD? I don't know. I just like to believe. I think it's fun. If you guys would like to look it up, it's called Charlie Chaplin Time Traveler. I'm sure YouTube has a bunch of clips on it.
There was also something in a time traveler in Wizard of Oz, right? Or no?
No, there was the Munchkin that hung himself. See, Doyle, you're making me. We already had a bad start to the show when I talked about the suicide thing that I was, unfortunately, I wasn't involved in, but I knew about growing up. Now we're going to talk about the Munchkin that hung themselves. I forget what scene it's in, but you can see the Munchkin swinging on a tree in the background of a scene. The Wizard of Oz has a bunch of sketchy shit. I forget what is it Pink Floyd? I forget what the thing is where you can play the entire, I don't know if it's Dark Side of the Moon. I forget what album it is, and it lines up perfectly with the movie. Even the transitions or when the songs change and the lights light up, it's some sketchy. I don't know if that's 100% true, but yeah, no, it wasn't. You made me jump into that one, though. I didn't want to get in. You could look that one up and decide for yourselves. That is a myth that's out there. I don't know if it's 100% true, but
What happened in 4K? You think you see that?
Well, yeah, they colorized it and like zoomed in on it, and I do believe that it is well known that someone did kill themselves on the set of The Wizard of Oz, and I think that they just happened to capture it and didn't edit it out of the released part of the film, and by the time they realized it was already out there. There's all those weird things, like those Disney movies where there's sketchy shit about sex and there's like a dick and there's like, you know what I mean? Like in Aladdin when the fucking rug falls and then like the smoke from the magic carpet falls and then it says like sex in the clouds. I don't know. There's some weird shit. I don't know. I think it's in The Little Mermaid. Like one of the castles is just like in the sea. There's like just a big dick in the thing. I don't know. People might just have too much time on their hands, or it's real and there's a bunch of perverts running Disney. Which one is it? I'm not sure.
Jeffrey Epstein's.
Also sketchy. Now that's real. I mean that's obviously a thing because that makes sense though.
Well, the lady got.
Yeah, what was her name?
Guilty.
Maxwell. Jillian Maxwell. Yeah.
11 counts.
So what did she get convicted of exactly? She got convicted of aiding in trafficking of children. Was that what it was?
Yeah.
So, okay, so there was 100% definitely underage girls on this island that were engaging in nefarious activities, I would assume by force and that whole thing. So anybody connected with that, Bill Clinton, 26 times. 26 times, Bill. He got on that plane 26 times. Oh, Hillary, I'll be right back. I'm just going down to hit the island up. I'll be back. I mean, Bill... man, dude, I don't know.
No wonder he was always happy.
Yeah, I mean, well, Bill was doing it big back in the day anyway, you know.
So he's a scumbag then?
Well, yeah. If Bill was 26 times on the plane doing some sketchy shit with underage women, then Bill's a scumbag, yes. Some people would say he was a scumbag after he got head in the Oval Office by a good old Monica. Some people would say he's a hero for that, but then you got to switch to scumbag knowing what you know now. Bro, there's a lot of sketchy shit going on. It is what it is. But yes, that woman is... here's the thing. I think that's just peeling back the onion a little on what the world... There's a lot of this shit going on here. There's a lot of... If you want to get into Eddie Bravo conspiracy, you got to look into it, okay? Alex Jones and shit, you know, they fucking... I don't know. Get me out of the weeds on this one, Doyle. Give me another topic, please. Jesus. Tonight's been sketchy.
All right, so we got... Super Nintendo? What?
Super Nintendo only?
Super Nintendo.
Oh, he got you. He got you. Okay.
What video game would you like to see become a movie?
I'm watching a movie. Metal Gear Solid. I mean, that's the one I always choose, but it's like, I don't want them to fuck it up. You know, you get one chance at that. If you fuck it up, if it ends up being a total, like, if it ends up being like the live action Mario Brothers movie, we got a problem. But, yeah, Metal Gear Solid would be my top pick. I mean, I guess if you wanted to take, like, I mean, it would be cool if Metroid became a movie. If they can get Samus, they can get some slamming chick to play Samus, and they could do some cool shit. I mean, maybe Metroid would be cool because it's in space. They can make the Metroid. Like, it could be cool. I mean...
That'd be sick.
Yeah, I wonder... I mean, they could... I definitely don't want to see... Like, you would probably be like, I want to see a Yoshi movie. Or Zelda. I mean, you don't think they can make a whole Zelda thing? They definitely could.
Breath of the Wild 2 coming out.
Oh, here we go.
They just found out in Breath of the Wild 1 the water evaporates slowly.
Well, I know that they had a lot of those things, a lot of Easter egg things like that, the details. I mean, I can appreciate that. I just, once again, I'm not a fan of the art style. I think they convinced you that art style is beautiful and this and that when it really had to do with the lack of power that the Switch could really handle shit. So they had to dumb it down and do the cell shaded stuff. I'm not a fan. I need the smooth, realistic, like I always say when they redid like Ocarina of Time or Majora's Mask using the Unreal Engine. That was a fan-made thing, but there were like 1 or 2 playable levels on PC. That shit looked incredible. So if they can bring that kind of quality, I'm down. Other than that, you can keep it. But anyway, what other movies, what other video games should we see as a movie, Doyle? Anything that's obvious?
Dino Crisis?
I mean, I guess so. Resident Evil with dinosaurs, it's not going to be bad, I guess. I mean, well, it could be terrible, but it's not a bad concept. I mean, they already fucked up Street Fighter with your boy Van Damme. Kick it like a Van Damme in a tan van.
Castlevania?
Ooh, that's a good one. Little Simon Belmont for your ass. They did the Castlevania show, but that was animated. See, and when I say this, I want all live action. I don't want any animation. I want it to be like a live action movie for real. So like Metal Gear Solid, like I want the real shit. I don't want some animated shit. Like they did the Final Fantasy movie. But it was but it was really well animated. I mean, that's like high level shit. It's like Beowulf. I always say Beowulf got me. I'm telling you, man, I'm not embarrassed to say that. When I watched Beowulf for the first time, I swear to God, an hour into it, maybe an hour, almost to the end of the movie, I was like, this is animated. Like that, and that blew my mind. And granted, I might have been extremely high when I watched it. I enjoyed the movie, but I swear to God, Beowulf got me. I thought that shit was definitely real and actors and shit like that. And that was how many years ago? Beowulf's an older movie now. We were talking 2011, 2012 or some shit. I mean, it's pretty solid, bro. Yeah.
Well, they use real facial expressions. Like, they put sensors on the actors.
I know, but imagine what they could do now in 2022. Well, they're doing Avatar 2, right? And that's going to take, what are they going to release that, 2047?
That's a good one.
Now, what comes first, Avatar 2 or True Flying Cars? Over or under? I wonder what's going to come. All right, give me another topic. We're rocking and rolling. We'll do another couple and we'll get out of here.
All right, so we got Chuck It. He says, why do you not call in and talk to your audience, you SOB? Oh.
Now, was the SOB part in there?
Why do you not take call-ins?
Yeah, I know, because I think I read
talk
that.
To your audience, you SOB.
Oh, okay, he did that right, SOB. Okay, I thought you were just adding a little bit of spice to that.
No, I didn't.
Okay, maybe we could set something up. I mean, it might get sketchy. I don't know. I don't know if I could trust you guys to do live call-ins. It might get real. I mean, you know what, though? I will say this in all seriousness. I think, although the audience of the show at this particular time is not extremely vast, I think the benefit of that is we have a lot of great interactions. Because what I like about the show is that the topic suggestions are the core of our show. So people are involved with the show directly by sending in the topic suggestions, and then we discuss them right on air. So we might do something where we set up a call-in live. Maybe we'll do a Patreon thing. We'll do Patreon shows live and then have live call-ins, and then people can express their feelings or give us topic suggestions live on air. Solid, right? Might be a good idea, Doyle. Would you be down for that?
Jimmy Fallon reading the Twitter topic?
Yeah, something like that, but it would be live. It would be, it would like literally you would screen calls and then be like, hey, let's go to Jimmy in Ohio. What's going on, Jimmy? fucking hate you, monkey scumbag. We love Doyle. Doyle rules. And then they hang up the phone.
It's a famous quote.
Yeah, I'm sure that that's how it's gonna go. No one's gonna give me props. Everyone is for you because you're the underdog. You know. And I don't know. Maybe that's a good idea. It's something we'll have to look into, and I don't know how we would set that up per se, but I'll look into it. I'll take it under advisement. All right, give me another topic. Give me one more. We're out of here.
One more, that's it?
Yeah, why not?
We got a few more.
Wow. We'll see what happens. Maybe I get hyped up over this next topic.
All right, it says Fox Riders Aaron. Here we go.
Shout out to him. He's an avid supporter.
Will you and Doyle take a road trip out to California this year? We have an In-N-Out burger.
Well, okay, it'd be a long trip for a burger, but maybe. I mean,
go to Las Vegas?
Now, Doyle, we're in Florida. If we go to California or Los Angeles direct, I mean, we're talking about a good 3,000 miles. Am I wrong?
I'll bring the Switch.
Yeah. Well, that doesn't interest me at all. And obviously, we're going to have to take my car because your car's having some issues right now. Did you?
This is a road trip.
Did you fix your car, Doyle? Did you replace your faulty coolant reservoir?
No.
So you just continue to buy coolant for your car, pour it in something you know there's a hole on the other side, so you only get like A to B, and then you just wait for the next time. That's what you're doing right now.
Yeah, that's why I show up late.
Okay. Whatever. Anyway, I mean, dude, maybe we should take a road trip. And the thing about taking that far of a road trip is it would be a week plus. Because we would stop, or we'd have to hit thrift stores and different game stores and comic book shops. And, that was a plan we were going to do for a while. But we may have to do something like that. I don't know. It might be a good idea. We might also die or get into some crazy shit or get arrested or something. But I'm a road trip guy. I've always been a road trip guy. Usually road trips for me involve a bigger, like a conversion van, something with much more space. I have a 2-seater car. I have a 4-seater car. It's a 2-door. I'd be down though. We should do something like that. It would be pretty dope.
Oh, like the van life?
Yeah, I'm down for that. I'm definitely, as a matter of fact, actually, instead of putting all those miles on my car, it might be a better idea to like rent a van of some sort like that. A well-equipped luxury van. And then you know what I'll do? I'll just make you drive the entire time and I'll sit on the couch in the back, play Xbox and chill. Speaking of Xbox, somebody got a brand new Xbox Series X in my apartment building because I went to throw out my trash. We have the trash room. Somebody put the box in there. I almost took the box because I'm weird. I was like, I'm going to just take this box. And I'm like, no, I'm not. Someone must have got it. A little New Year's gift, a little Christmas gift, something.
The Halo edition?
No, it was just a series. I know, and you hit me up that you had a few standard ones that I could have picked up, and I just said, you know what? I'm going to hold off right now. I almost told you to pull the trigger and get one for me just so I can play Halo, but let me calm down for a second here. I barely play my PS5 as is. I have a bunch of backlog games already on that. I'm patiently waiting for Granny T7 to come out. Let me just chill out for a minute. All right. Anything else you want to tell the people before we get out of here, Doyle?
More topics or nothing?
No. We're going to shut it down. We're good. I feel comfortable. I feel like we gave the people something nice. We don't want to overdo it. We don't want to extend the stay here. Is there any knowledge you would like to impart on the people before we bounce?
I got 5 on it.
Okay. That's fine. That's generous of you, and I appreciate that. And so do other people that often get all their weed smoked and no one chips in, because you definitely like when people chip in, what you like to say. Other than that, keep a lookout. We got some things in the skillet that we're cooking up that we're going to be dropping. I don't want to say anything, let the secret out here, but keep a lookout for some new content that we got coming up. I know we say that a lot, but we're actually going to work on something here. Continue to send in the topic suggestions. You'll see it on the Instagram live page on my story that you'll be able to drop your suggestions in. But until next time, peace.